stay with the whole day for now. So one thing you notice about everything Tom did, he never broke his posture. He always kept the integrity of his posture. Okay. He's a big advocate of going slow. For two main reasons. One, I don't want anyone to know how fast I am, so that's selfish. It is true. Two is I want to be able to feel how he's being affected by what I do. As Tom said, you can't dictate how Uke is going to move, right? And so everyone moves differently depending on their background, their physicality, their mentality, right? So when I'm moving through this motion, I'm trying to figure out how am I affecting Gregory's posture? Do I need to go out, in, or down? So I'm feeling my way through that. So yesterday we talked about it's not win at all costs. It does matter how you win in Aikido, right? I don't want to just slam him down, but I want to see if I'm affecting his posture. And so with Gregory, I'm figuring out where I need to cut to affect his posture. And that might be different from Jess or Kyle or whoever, right? If Gregory strikes, and I just do this because he's tall, I'm so glad he did that because he should not plant his feet so I can be successful. If he feels like I'm pushing him away, it's natural, he's gonna reset. He's gonna go away and then reset and attack, right? That's a natural thing. So when he strikes, I wanna figure out how do I enter without pushing him away? So in his case, I still go up a little bit. And I'm shifting my hips in, and now I'm starting to go down. Okay, so it's important to go slow to develop that muscle memory with all the different model types that you train with. Okay, so let's do this again. Go slowly, figure out where you're going wrong so you can auto-correct, okay? So what I'm seeing, and it's almost consistent among several of, I'll say us here, because I want to include myself. Your thumbs are on the same side for some of us, and we're doing something like this, and then your thumbs are on the same side, you're trying to curl around or do something like that. That's incorrect. Put your thumb here. So as you approach, this hand just turns in there. Now, even though my hand turns in there, I'm not really grabbing. I'm still going through my palms. But if I put my hands here, no, that's the hard way. Just hit me in the nose. With this, dude, boom. Yes, okay? So basically, he's going right under my arms and hitting me. So put your thumbs there so he can't do that. He or she can't do that, okay? Now I go through. So now, touch me with your fist. Okay, so this is maybe not optimal, right? So what I want to do is just turn my hip a little. So he can touch me, but he can't really hit me. Not with any real effect. Okay, so let's pay attention to the details. When the strike comes, it's okay if you start with thumbs here, but as you start to approach, that top thumb needs to go under. Okay, so now you have this. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you keep this leg back or you step in. But if you do step in, which I typically do, don't step into the person where they can grab you. So when I step forward, I'm not actually physically hitting him with my hip, but I am hitting my hip in there. So it creates just enough space so you can't grab it. Okay? A little bit. Push him with this side, and my posture's bending down. He's going down though, but damn, this sucks, right? I don't look really cool doing it. Okay. So that's because I'm loading up this right hand. You don't want to load up this side and change your orientation. What I'm doing is this, right? So when he approaches, my energy, in my case, I'm going through. I'm not getting off the line. So I'm bringing this up, I'm taking my hips, I'm taking the space he needs, and then coming through. I'm not bumping into him, but I'm taking the space he needs. So he's here. I'm not going to load up and turn because it just makes him stronger. I need to disrupt his posture. And the way I do that is by going up and then down. Not pushing him through, not changing the direction. Okay? Because if I change the direction, that's me saying, I kind of messed up and I'm getting out of his way. I don't want to get out of his way. When he strikes, I want to hit. I want him to run into my punch. Understand? So it's a different practice, right? It's a different practice. There are a lot of ways to do it, but my focus and my training is I'm trying to displace him. If I do this, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, that's what's wrong with that. You felt it, right? But even if I do it quicker, where I just do this, well, I change the orientation. Not wrong, but just a different practice. Learn always. Learn always. I like that a lot better. Okay? I'm not going to match his height. I'm not going to match his strength. So how do I deal with the force that's coming in at me, right? So, right, if I'm not set, look what happens to my back, and now I'm trying to fix that, right? Or if he comes in and I think, oh, I'm going to beat you, now there's a clash, right? So what I do sometimes, I might even take a step back to take a little bit of that force off, right? Sometimes I might just drop down. So when his hand comes down, there's just a little bit of a shock absorber, right? If they're kind of my height, it's easier for me to step in and intercept them there, right? So there are different ways to deal with that force, but everyone's different, okay? So when Ed comes, this time what I'm going to do, I'm just going to practice doing this. So Ed comes, these are the tricks, okay? So Ed comes, that's it, you can come as hard as you want. So my arms are relaxed, okay? Yeah. So just practice that. Work with your partner. You are receiving, determine how much force you want, okay? And just work on receiving it, okay? My arm is not stiff, it's extended, but it's relaxed, right? And I'm, no matter what happens. So when Jeff strikes, that's just what I'm doing. It's unbendable arm. It's not this. Because you know what's going to happen? Even if I'm kind of successful over time, you see people get all taped up, right? Don't be that person. So when he comes, I'm using unbendable arm. I'm not thinking about his arm at all. I'm just thinking about protecting myself, right? I'm not thinking, here's his arm coming, let me hit him. No, I'm thinking, let him come, let him come. My mind is somewhere else. So I'm not intimidated by what he's doing. As far as you want. You don't intimidate. Not today. Not today. Okay. So this really is, I mean, there's all kinds of techniques we can do, but the underlying factor is how your mind deals with these things. If your mind is not relaxed and stable, you can be the best technician possible, but you're going to fall to pieces when something happens. So that's what we have to work with. Okay? A little bit more.
Hey, take a picture.
Trust me, I'm sure he wants to do this. Okay, so punch through me. Just go ahead. Okay, good. Set. Good. Set. Punch. Okay, so it's probably instinctive for most of us if we see a punch coming to do this. Right? Right. For me, it is not instinctive to do that. If for whatever reason I screw up, the punch is coming, or sometimes you set traps in boxing. You actually let a person get a shot off, but you don't take the brunt of the force. So we're fighting, I move in, he throws his right hand, I do this, and then I come back and start with the counter, okay? So this training, yes, it's physical, but it's more mental because you can't panic when you're getting hit, all right? Whether it's a showman or whatever speed. So we're gonna do just this exercise. And if you're uncomfortable, let me know. but or let your partner know. They're just gonna put their fist on your chin. You don't have to, go slow for now. And just get used to letting your neck move. Change. Right? Because all this stuff is muscle memory. It's all muscle memory. Right? So when you get punch, you turn, boom, and you come back. Do it again. Punch, turn. So just do that. Okay? Punch. Okay? This might save your life.